So, as y'all can see by the picture, I'm gonna try my best to talk about my grandmother and exactly like what happened, because a lot of my videos has been like bits and pieces, and I'm gonna try my hardest, so y'all bear with me. If I start crying, I'm fine. It's just because I miss my grandma and I wish she was here. Okay. Me and my grandmother had a very kind of like close relationship, so to speak, with me being her first granddaughter. And I used to, like, being around her, I never really had like any bad memories, bad anything, you know. We had a good childhood with her. We got to swim at the house all the time. She used to work us, like, literally. My grandma didn't believe in that whole, you know, you gonna just get money to get money. You gonna work for your money. And she made me start filing at a young age. And I used to get so aggravated because people would mess stuff up and she'd have me catch it. She used to take us to her job and she used to let us work for her. And while I'm telling this story, this is just me and what I've been through and what I feel. I'm not going to speak or talk about any other family members like that. And, you know, I may mention my sisters, but that's it. Just because I'm just telling what happened, and, like, you know, because y'all, when you lose somebody like that, it is so painful. Like, I would give anything to be able to call her right now, or to let the shit show her how to video call, because she don't even know about that. She just learned about smart TVs like a few years before she passed, and she still was messing up the TV remote. And she would call me into the living room and ask me to change it back, you know, because she didn't mean to, like, mess with it because she's so used to cable. My ears ringing. This is very difficult for me to talk about because I don't see my life without my grandmother, and I'm very, very smart to where I know that, you know, our time on earth is limited, but I'm kind of like still angry because cancer is what took her. Stomach cancer was the last thing, and she didn't have long at all. Cause I know wherever she at, she knows that I'm good, but like there's times where I wish she would, you know what I'm saying, just come out and like so let me go on with the story, cause I'm like having a moment of really missing her. So she started having cancer in 2018? No, maybe in 2017. I get my dates mixed up, or 16. But she started having issues, and she found out she had, I believe it started at bone cancer, and it kept like coming back, and then she would get rid of it, and then it come back, and she get rid of it, and it come back. So she's had many different surgeries. I remember the first time that she had a stroke, because she had two. This was way before she had cancer. That first stroke, she was so mad. She was so mad that she couldn't remember who I was. Like, she knew my voice, but her brain wasn't, and she was getting so frustrated. And I said, it's okay, you can call me later. on my second deployment. She was fine on my second deployment, but I lost her mother, which was my great grandmother, and I was denied to go home. And I showed my ass. Sorry, y'all, my lights cut on at a certain time. I showed my ass. Big time. And to this day, it still messes with me really, 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 really bad. Really, really bad. Because I was close to her too. And they didn't have the best relationship. They finally fixed, their mother and daughter relationship later on down the road. But my grandmother took me back into her household when I didn't have a job, when I was going through it. She let me stay there. At first she thought I was lazy because I just wouldn't accept just any job. I wanted to, get paid at that time and paid decent. So if I, were to get back on my feet after saving and stuff like that, then I would be able to have my own place, and not have to go back and forth with issues of bills or anything. So she always talked to me. She always instilled stuff in me. She in a way, and she never verbally said it, but she was always very thankful that I was the baby that, and my sisters do speak out for themselves, but just the way I would bring it out, and I didn't care if you approved of me or not. I didn't care. So I was very well spoken. I was smart. I still have her emails on my email where she emailed me when she was at work. I still have my voicemails. I only have 2 of them, unfortunately, but of where she just called me to say, hey, say my name, So we found out she was sick. The doctors at the cancer center treatment place did not tell her. The one that told her, and I don't remember what kind of specific doctor he was, but he was young, like in his 30s. And he sat her down and told her, has anybody talked to you about, you having stomach cancer? And she said, no. And he said, listen, most people who have this, they may have a year. And my grandmother just broke down, and she has been rewriting her wills ever since, and just doing wills all the time when she found out she had cancer. So, a month, I want to say not too much long later, in August, we went to a trip at the beach. And that's when I knew I didn't have long with my grandmother. I didn't know when, but I just knew I didn't have long with her. Spending time with her, she looked so different. She felt different. It's almost like you could feel the sickness in a sense. And I made sure to go on that trip. Once she got home, she started declining. And in September is when she really was going downhill. I was missing a lot of work because I was going back and forth trying to be with her. She was okay for a little while. She would forget some things, and then it started getting worse. She was in the chair, and I was trying my best to help out and stuff, and she had so many different moments where she was just not herself. Then there was when she was in that hospital bed, she She asked me to help her get up, and I helped her get up. And as I have my arms out and I'm like holding her, she literally lost the ability to walk. She literally lost the ability to walk in my arms. And I was telling myself, don't freak out, don't freak out, don't freak out, because she's not in her right mind. Just at the time, just act like she's like a patient and she's somebody else, because this is not the right time for that. And I wanted to shake so bad, because I just, when you have that happen, that did something to me on the inside. And, I was able to slowly put her back down, because I'm over here trying to grab her weight. And I calmed her down and I said, it's okay, it's all right, it's fine. So she called up. She was, asking me where Mel was, and I said, this is my aunt. And I said, okay, well, let me give her a call. Just, let's extend your legs out and let's support your back up against the bed. And I did that for her. And I called my aunt and I said, we got to get her actual medical attention from here on out, but I need you to come back because I need help getting her up. After that, she made a decision to talk to her and say, hey, we need to start getting a nurse. And she would go in and out of talking. She would go in and out of not being herself. I still have pictures, I still have videos on my phone of when she was really, really sick. And after that, and her being there, she just kept declining, and it got to a point where she wouldn't get out of the bed. She wasn't able to, and she just didn't want to. I would always hug her. I would always kiss her on the forehead. I just felt so bad. Like, I just wanted to fix it for her because she's done so much for me, and I knew it was coming, but I just didn't know when. A couple weeks before she passed, a Japanese flower popped up in the front yard, and they're known in Georgia, but it was weird because it was literally like isolated by itself. And if you look it up, it's like the basically like the departure flower when they're about to pass. I was, that hit me too when I seen that, and I just kept saying something about my grandmother in 3, and I used to say that all the time when I was at my job at the time. Like, I would walk around saying it, and my coworkers was like, what are you talking about? And I'm just like, remind me. The day she passed, her eyes hadn't been open for about 2 days by that time. And when they asked me to calm down now, she had a horrible death rattle. I'm going to just leave my glasses on. She had a horrible death rattle. And it was getting so bad. She couldn't clear her throat because she lost the ability to swallow. And if y'all ever have to go through something like this it's deep. With a family member especially. The death rattle was very noticeable, and the hospice nurse was coming in and out, like checking on her and stuff, and getting her vitals and stuff like that. I still used to talk to her because they say the last thing that goes is their hearing. And I remember I told my sister that she was waiting on her so they could talk and she could say her final goodbyes and stuff. And they were playing Reba on the TV to kind of like just ease everybody to include her. And my sister said goodbye to her, went on about her way going home. She had made it home for about a good 30 minutes. And after that, me and my aunt were painting her fingernails, her favorite color. It was like a red. We would take it off her fingernails, like the color on them, and we were repainting them. And she made this like just sudden gasp real quick. It was very short, and then she opened up her eyes, and my aunt said, "Look, look." At that moment, that was it. She was gone. She had physically left her body. My aunt was crying. I was crying. I was having, I don't know if it was an out-of-body experience. It was very hard losing her. And I had to stop painting her fingernails. And then I asked my aunt, "What time is it?" And she was like, "What?" I said, "What time is it?" I said, "The clock's behind you." When she moved to let me see, it was 3:30 in the afternoon on a Sunday at that. She passed on September 25th of 20. I want to say it was 2022. Yeah, 2022. Y'all, it was so difficult. When she was gone, I had let a bunch of my coworkers know, friends know, all of that when she passed. And it just did not feel right after that. But watching her go through that struggle, I promised myself that I would not go through that. That I will become that family member that makes sure that they don't work their life away to only enjoy their life for 4 years and then still be sick and then pass. I changed my diet afterwards and then completely to being vegan, and I'm still vegan now to this day. I've changed so much because of her, like just being very vocal about things, telling people to spend more time with their family members. But losing her was difficult. And then her and Grandpa, I think, were married for like, 53, 54 years, something like that. He passed not even 4 months after her. COVID complications took him. So I don't have either one of them now. And it's rough, you know. I would give anything to call her and say, "Hey, I've taken these pictures. I have them up in the house. Hey, I moved to Tennessee. I did it all by myself. I'm here." I at 100%, I get paid. I get paid now. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. But I don't have her. Now, she does visit me in my dreams. And they feel very realistic when she does. Her and Grandpa just recently visited me not too long ago. But, it is so rough not having her to like call her to go see her. Nothing. I wanted to kind of give y'all a backstory about everything. And Grandpa, they both had health issues. They both did not eat good. They both love fast food and love like eating out and just all this starchy, like really, really heavy food. A lot of processed food, not only with fast food, but like the snacks and stuff. And they love sodas like crazy. Then they went to diet soda, so it was a lot. But if you made it this far, thank you for watching all the way to the end. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see what the time frame is. But thank you. And yes, I will be okay. I'm about to get up and go eat and take my medication and lay down. But I wanted y'all to know what... And I'm sorry I be wiping it on this hoodie. I'm sorry, y'all. It's clean. But I didn't bring any tissue because I didn't know if I was going to cry or not. Please, while you're on this earth, while you're still physically alive, give people their flowers while they're still here. That's why I made this video. Give people their flowers while they're still here. Do not wait until they pass. Do not wait until they're on their deathbed like my grandmother was. I'm so thankful she was able to. She wanted to basically die in her house, literally. Like, she didn't want to be in a hospital or hospice facility. Like, she didn't want that. She wanted to be at home, and they granted her that. But please, y'all, take your health more serious. I don't care what little change you need to do for you. Just be the best you that you can be while you're here. But make sure you're giving people their flowers. Please make sure you're giving people their flowers, because we never know, you know what I'm saying, how long we have on this earth. And I would give anything. I am so sorry if y'all see snot. I would give anything to have this woman here. I wouldn't want her back in the suffering state that she was in, but I would give anything to be able to have that one last conversation, that one last hug, like, and I don't have it. But I am fine. Thank y'all for making it this far to the video. If you would like to share your story or share any tidbits, that's fine. You can comment in the comment section down below. And I will try to like them. At least like them so you know that I've read them. I'll try to respond to them. I can't make any promises that I respond to all of them, but I will definitely make sure that I like them so you know that I read what happened. But cancer irks me so bad. Hopefully nobody is going through this, because this is rough. But y'all have a blessed one. I'm gonna get off here and go eat.